Perhaps you can aid me in locating Hytham.
What is your purpose with him?
I have brought a sampling of goods from Ireland. That is, if I can bring my ships to dock.
Azar! I see you've met Eivor Wolfkist.
Ah, so you are Eivor. In fact, I bring you a message from Ireland.
I know no one in Ireland.
The letter is from Dublin's king. Sadly, I seem to have misplaced it.
The King of Dublin. Why would such a one write to me?
He wishes to expand trade to England. The purpose of my bringing goods here.
Azar is from the east, but lives in Ireland now. But in matters of trade, Azar, your king should petition Randvi.
He claims to know Eivor. He asked me to accompany you on the trip there.
I know no king, and I'm certainly not about to journey to Ireland.
But first, Azar, you must build a trading post. In fact, where is your trade ship?
Ah, yes. An unfortunate incident, most concerning. Trading rivals have blocked the river and thus my goods.
A blocked river hurts all Ravensthorpe. Stay. I will put things right.
As you see, Eivor is a person of action. Find me later, when the river is safely clear.
Of course, my friend. I thank you, Eivor. I will find the king's letter in the meantime.
You keep insisting that I know an Irish king. It is a fantasy.
Alright,
King is it that
so,
sends me letters from
hello
Ireland?
everybody. And, wow, that's actually nowhere near where I thought it would. Oh, they blocked way over there, alright. But welcome back. As you can see, we're starting up the DLC, which does not start with us going to Ireland, which is honestly a little bit of a surprise. And it actually involves us going and clearing out a place in England, which is a little counterintuitive for a DLC that came out after most people had probably finished the entire game and were sick of England, but you know, whatever. But yeah, as you can see, we're in our full Thor get-up for now. We'll see how long that lasts. As you well know if you've been watching, I'm not really into the fully armored Eivor and much prefer him to be more barbarian-esque, I guess. But we'll stick with this for now. I've also changed up the ship a little bit, which you'll see because I'm assuming that that's how we get there. And yeah, we'll see what we have. It's interesting that Eivor supposedly knows the Irish king, considering that he would, in theory, have to be somebody that we met here, like in England, right? Because I mean, unless there's a Norseman who became the Irish king for a time, but I feel like that's unlikely to say the least. Let's see. Oh, wait. There it is. More or actually, to be fair, is that this one? I was gonna say more damage the further the target is, but I'm actually not. Not sure. This is my boat. As you can see, since we went Thor, I put all the Isu stuff on it to be as lightning as possible. Because why not? Whoops. May have set myself on fire. Yeah, what was that about? Come here. Goodbye. Oof. It's never good to get memes like that. Oh, good God, you guys. You're fucking... Are these the structures I'm supposed to be destroying? Oh, good to know that they'll do it with me, or for me as well. Go. Another one gone.
No! Out!
How the hell did I set myself on fire that time?
You die.
Goodbye. Oh, there it is. Oh, they got it. Alright.
That's it! Back to the ship!
Yeah? I guess they don't do both sides of the river. Just call them the one. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oof, that had to have sucked for them. Okay, well, I'm not... Oh, no, there's a guy. Obviously, the rest of the enemies that are over there are going to be out of range. Oh, I destroyed the other ballista. That's good. I just saw my cursor turn red, and I was like, I guess I'll fire at that. I'm now, like, squinting at my screen to see if I can see anything moving on that side of the river, but I am not, so... I'll leave that and head up. Okay, Eivor, I kind of wanted you to jump across the thing that was clearly there for you to jump across, but, you know, whatever. And then you won't jump around there. Ah, well, what can you do? We all know that Eivor isn't good at climbing, or much of anything. Oh, apparently I picked up some ammo at some point. Man, this is a long fucking road. I still don't like how you can't seem to assassinate people who are like searching on the ground. It's very weird. Hey, what? That's right. I bring lightning, fire, and poison now. Hey, you. Why are you still all the way over there?
That's it! Die!
Boosh. You guys done? Yep, looks like. Boop. Boop.
One more should do it.
Yeah. I'm assuming by that it just means like this structure, not something inside of it or underneath it, but maybe. Didn't seem to catch on fire very well. There we go. I also don't know how this is preventing. I mean, I guess they have, like, with people stationed here, boats would have a hard time getting through, but. Okay, well, I'll go see what this other. Ugh. That on fire as well, because it also looks like it's There we go.
Assa's trading rivals are defeated. The river is clear. Now we'll see about this so-called King of Dublin.
Ah, the trading post is going over there. That makes sense. That is where all of the extra stuff goes. All the DLC gubbins. You can respec it whenever you want, or you can just keep going until it's all filled in. But I mean, to be fair, I did respec more than once to accomplish things as I was progressing. So I mean, it is nice that they don't make it cost anything. Which, to be fair, on a skill tree like this, with how big it is, and with how little you realistically get out of it, like get out of a single skill point, it makes sense. I mean, if you got more out of each skill point, I could see them like charging you to respec or making you do something to respec. But
the river's clear, save for a few bodies and sticks. Your goods will get through.
Your reputation comes honestly then, though I am not sure about the name Wolf-Kissed.
The scar on my neck.
Ah, my Viking name would then be Azar One-Eye.
Thank you, Azar One-Eye. My men will help construct your trade post.
Then I am twice indebted to you. If ever you change your mind about Ireland, I will be found in the trade post, once built. Oh, and I found your letter. Here.
it looks fairly similar to the rest of the buildings, but I mean, it's not like I expect it to look different. Hello, cousin Eivor. I hope Barid Mek Emer, apparently. I hope this surprise is a pleasant one. It has been many years since we parted. Word has reached me that we are now both on the same side of the North Sea. I am certain that you are busy, but could we have a reunion? In addition to the joy of a reunion, you could advance trade for your band of Norse. Azar is expanding Dublin's markets. Do come. I look forward with pleasure to your arrival. That doesn't sound right. I look forward with pleasure. Whatever, your cousin Barid.
Is alive and king of Dublin. The Northnir never failed to delight.
Eivor, are you prepared to go to Ireland?
Azar, you did not tell me the king was my cousin.
It was most amusing this way, was it not? A little mystery.
I prefer to know what is what. But it was a pleasant surprise.
He's eager to see you. Shall we set sail?
Yeah, I would like to see this land. And my cousin Barith.
Barith. It's a D at the end. Spell stuff properly. And it doesn't look like we're taking our own boat anyway. Or it reset it back to standard, which I very well may have. Which wouldn't surprise me. It'd be disappointing, but still would not be surprising. Oh no, there it is. Just the cutscene was the basic boat. I do like the Isu stuff, but I feel like the hull, like the fact that the head, the front and back are both like electrified, and that the hull doesn't really match it, you know. Wrath of the Druids. I mean, we could have had druids in.
Ireland,
I guess maybe that's
a
what those
patchwork of
witches
petty
were.
kings jostling for hills and pastures and green glens. My adopted isle.
Sounds exactly like England. So now there was...
Azar, how is it that Barith, as Norse as ice, is king of Dublin?
Dublin is a Viking city, Eivor. But in fact, merchants and beggars come from all parts to parade in its muddy streets.
Odd to think of Barith as king of a city.
It perhaps sounds grander than it is. Ireland has many kings. They litter the countryside, and Barrett's throne is not secure. Flann Sinna calls the tune.
Who's he?
Soon to be crowned High King of all Ireland. Flann distrusts Vikings, though he needs them.
Barith will find a way. As a boy, he wasn't much of a fighter, but somehow always came out all right.
I'm sure what you say is true. Certainly he is loved by his people.
Alright. I tried to bring up the map, but I guess not. So is this it, Dublin? So anyway, like I was saying before, I did hear or read something about them having more settlements in DLCs. Now it seems unlikely that they would put more settlements in England itself that you would deal with. Now they could put more settlements like in Ireland, but it would honestly make more sense if it was something like this, where you're going to help somebody else, but they let you
Your crew
do
can
stuff
find
to the
lodging
settlement.
here. Come, let us find Barith.
Now, granted, this is an awfully large city, so whether or not we'll actually do any settlement stuff here, I doubt. But
Eivor! Blood of my blood!
Look at you! You have Aunt Rosta's cheekbones!
And you, the 7-year-old lives in you still.
It has been a long stretch since we pelted old Ganfrid with apple cores.
He never forgave us that.
And Sigurd in the clan? How goes with all?
There's much to tell you, Barith. But let me breathe your Irish air.
Thank you for keeping my ports from being set ablaze in my absence.
My ports? Yes, old man. I can rule my city even without you here. Eivor, you arrive in good time. I'm hosting a feast in honor of my son, Sigfrid. He is 17 today.
A 17-year-old son.
And rather a difficult boy at that. Come, there's much to show on the way to my castle.
A kingship, a son, and a castle. Truly, you have a fine life, Barith.
Castle? It is a wooden house. Finely crafted, to be sure, but in Shiraz, it would be home to a middling rug merchant.
Lead me to your rock merchant's wooden hovel, Barith.
Just
See,
look
now-
at her docks. Wee babe of a city, but the biggest port in all Ireland.
Oh, actually, since we're here, let's see. Ooh. It is rather large. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 story arcs by the looks of it, so that's good. Not too much on the mysteries end of... Holy shit, that's a lot of wealth in Ulster. Looks like we got a significant amount of artifacts and wealth, though. And we do have some more raiding to do. To gain its wealth and trade post supplies. So yeah, that'll be something that we'll have to deal with then. Alright, cool.
Without enduring the stench of our docks.
It is upon the strength of this port I plan to secure my kingship.
Assar told me that your throne may not be entirely steady.
King Flann needs some persuading is all. Dublin's vast trade web will bring wealth to all Ireland. If Flann can be made to see that, my kingship and that of my children's children will be safe.
I cannot guarantee your throne, but a vast trading web is within my power.
No one else I'd trust my commerce to, old man.
You let him call you that?
I call him worse things.
Barith, my king! I still owe you a horn of ale.
Now,
This is where I leave you.
don't miss the banquet.
I'll be there shortly.
Okay. Alright, so we got a blacksmith, we got a merchant. I mean, odds are there's lots of merchants, but I mean one that we can shop at. Whether or not there'll actually be anything good there, I don't know.
My mighty king.
I'm assuming the
This is my cousin, Eivor. Show him the bow I had you make for him.
I'm assuming that the blacksmith is purely
for
there
me?
just so that you have a blacksmith
Craftsmanship
in
is
Ireland.
beautiful.
Me best work. Give her a try. Hit the targets before the sand runs out. Think you can get them all?
I just want to get a feel for how the bow handles.
That's sure.
Watch my arrows fly.
I certainly will. Go!
Oh, it's a light bow. Okay.
Damn good shot.
Boop and boop.
It's a very
I
nice
didn't realize
bow.
I actually had to kill them.
Thank
It's
you,
weird.
Barith.
Steps off the boat after a long sea voyage and shoots like a master.
Oh, well, I see there's... I guess that might explain all the wealth then if they're going to start me at trash weapon levels. Poison your arrows when hitting weak points. Does that mean, like... if I hit a weak point, the arrow, like, they get poisoned from it? Or if I hit a weak point, it adds the poison to... I'm assuming that it just adds the poison to my arrows. If I hit the weak point. Oh, I should also check skills. I doubt that there'll be anything different in here. No.
Well done, cousin. Wait, is that a house of God?
Aye, Christ's own church. Ireland is mostly Christian now, and so is Dublin. Many Norse chew the wafer.
You make a place for them.
Them? I myself have a place in Christ's house, as I do in the house of Thor. So long as a god has my back, he has my altar.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I mean, they already worship plenty
I
of
built
gods.
this city
What's
up
one
from
more,
rubble.
right?
20 years ago, us Vikings were beat. The Irish took revenge and sacked Dublin.
Asar told me that it's a Viking city.
Norse founded it, and I nursed it back to health. When I became king, I was king of a mud pit.
Well, you did well. Looks like you got it all up and running again, so that's always good. I'm curious what these artifacts are going to be finding are. Because, I mean, most of them in the other one. I guess there was some artifacts
There, up ahead, my home. My only regret is that my mother and my wife aren't here to greet you. They've gone on pilgrimage to the mountains just now. The waters there improve mother's health. I am left to discipline my wayward son.
And to host a banquet.
Which should be already underway.
Because, yeah, like in the other one, obviously we had tattoos as artifacts, but we also had, you know, artifacts that we needed to turn in. Not that we really got much of a reward for turning in.
Please, go enjoy yourself. I must have a word with my son. Come meet him before the night's out.
Asar, I was not sure if I would see you here.
Why is that?
I thought you'd rather take stock of your wares than placidly observe caterwauling Vikings.
And you would rather spend time with this gossiping auntie?
I like to greet everyone at parties.
There is no shortage of amusements. Enjoy yourself.
Hi. Enjoying yourself?
It's great crack. It's a fine thing to celebrate future King Sigfrid.
Can I ask, what is your life like in this city?
Well, there's a fair amount of work, isn't there? Hauling crates, shoveling muck. I'm a tanner myself. Long days stripping hides and dousing them in cow piss. You can probably smell the stench.
I can. I'm curious. How do you feel Barith has done as king?
Oh, he's done a lovely job, he has. Likes to throw feasts. Invites us common folk. More host than king, perhaps, but he's a fine man, and the city has never been busier.
Enjoy the
Sounds
feast.
good to me.
friend.
You as well.
May not be the strongest of kings necessarily, but I mean, sounds like a good one at least. Now that Eivor's here, he doesn't need to be strong. He can just sick me
I
on him.
expect my son to act like the future king, not roll in the muck.
So Flan will take you on as his farting court jester?
Think with your head and not your arse. Flan can assure my throne, which will one day be yours.
That makes you the ass.
Enough! Eivor, my son, Sigfrid. I'm sorry, I must clear my head. Could you speak to the boy?
Only shitbirds mock their father under his own roof.
Right. Because the cousin who just arrived has the authority over how I speak in my own home.
In Norway, you'd be knocked to the ground by now.
Come on then. If you've any guts worth respecting.
Fine, whelp.
You won't land a single punch.
Yeah, is that so? How'd that go for you? Sorry, who didn't land a single punch?
I guess I owe you thanks for not beating me bloody.
I'm not here to quarrel with you, Sigfrid.
Da speaks so highly of you. I wanted to see if you lived up to the stories.
Does anyone? You are unhappy with how your father rules.
Da has the makings of a fine king, but he chooses to play the unctuous merchant instead.
A visit to Norway might do a young Vikinger like you some good.
I'd love to go with Da. Maybe the homeland would kindle his warrior spirit. Give Dublin a fair and fearsome king.
I've lost track of your father. Any idea where he might be?
He wanted to clear his head. That means he's visiting grandfather's grave. Da has a chat with him almost every day.
Barith can commune with the dead?
No, his conversations are all one-sided. The grave sits at the top of the hill.
I'll find him. Thank you, Siegfried.
Eivor, teach me how to hit like that sometime.
Well, see, what you do is you pull your arm back, you make a fist, and then you move your arm so that your fist ends up in the other guy's face. Done. It says open your map to find your objective. I opened my map. I have no objective. So, I mean, I don't know why they're bothering to tell me that. He said it's at the top of the hill, and they pointed me this way, but I mean, I guess it kind of had to be this way then. Family burial ground south of Dublin, which is where I'm heading. At the top of a hill near a large tree. Alright, well, that sounds easy enough. I mean, I see a tree up there, so I guess we'll head towards that. I also see a path, so you know what? Let's follow the path, shall we? You know, it's actually at this point that I kind of wish that I had maybe looked at the horses in that a bit more, and maybe found one that was more, you know, Thor-like. Assuming he's up there. Apparently I didn't bring my bird with me, so that's weird. Also, I can never remember his fucking bird's name. I keep wanting to say Senu, but I'm pretty sure that's Bayek.
Barith. Why so uneasy?
A king must forever be on guard. When I'm upset or uncertain, I come here to seek my father's spirit.
I didn't even ask after him. Somehow I knew he'd...
Some years ago, he was destined to die in battle, and he did.
He sits with Odin now. My family owes yours a sullen debt.
That winter, your family came to stay with us. I remember your birth, screaming like a warrior.
The plague year. No one would take us in. No one but your mother and father. I owe your family my life.
And what a life we had. I've fond memories of you and I slipping out to hunt.
In dead of night. Stars in the sky, moonlight on snow. And that's how I got that scar.
I do feel bad about that. What about the one on your cheek?
This? A caution from the gods about my vanity.
Come, if we tell all our stories, we'll be here a week.
Do you see something?
My imagination run amok, but let us away. Eivor, I'm over here. Funny how
Well,
just
yeah,
the
but I
slightest
mean-
noise sets a fellow on edge.
I Thor's hammer, Barith. I could sleep a week.
Not as spry as the old days, eh? When we'd search the night in hopes of catching a will-o'-the-wisp.
Did we catch one? I have a memory of catching one.
By Thor's hammer. You know, the one that I'm currently carrying. Yeah. So I'm assuming that was one of the druids. Mainly because I can't see them.
Boris McEwan, give yourself up.
What?
Back! Grab him! You bite his hands!
Who are these men?
Damn you bastards!
Well, okay, I don't know why he was running away. Bye to you.
Who were they?
My ascension to the throne has not been without contest. The previous king's son, Thorstein, is resentful.
You told me nothing of this.
You are my guest. I am not going to burden you with petty concerns.
Petty concerns. I now know why you've been anxious all evening.
Aye, 'tis worrying. He's never been so bold before.
He sees you as a usurper to his throne.
Perhaps, but he doesn't seem to want to take it. He contents himself by stealing and smuggling with his band of ruffians. It's petty Viking raiding, but it puts me in a bad light with Flann. That's certain.
Well, I mean, you can always
Keep a sharp watch.
deal with them.
Brigands rove the streets tonight.
You can be sure of me, my king.
Alright. No, made it home, so.
What? You know I am always the last to leave a party. What is wrong?
We were ambushed by Thorstein's men. Rivals I was not made aware of.
Small wonder King Flan does not embrace you, Barith. You cannot keep control of the Vikings in your own city.
Thorstein makes me look like more of an arse than I do on my own.
I see. It is the High King's disfavor that makes this shameful. My cousin, I will take care of Thorstein.
No, I do not want to drag you into this sorry mess. Perhaps he'll accept silver to lie low.
For a week or two, but then he'll be back, and back again. I can remove this blood, once and for all.
Eivor, this is not your fight.
For any and all of your god's sakes, Barith, let Eivor help you.
As of this moment, Barith, my arm is yours. Whatever is needed to bring Flaun's smile upon you, I will do.
Eivor, I have never been so happy.
Your family saved mine those years ago. A fitting reply would be to secure your throne. I will start with Thorstein.
It happens that Siegfried may know something. He once ran with Thorstein's gang.
Sadly true. Seek him tomorrow in the marketplace. After a night of carousing, he likes to recuperate there.
We will begin to forge a bond with High King Flan on Rise of Sun.
So I'm assuming this guy here, Azar, right? Is it Azar or Avar? I think it's Azar. He's an assassin, probably. Because he does seem to know Hytham.
Barith said Siegfried would be at the marketplace. I need to learn about Thorstein.
Okay, so apparently this is my house. Oops. Oh, there's the tattoo shop, and I acquired a lynx. Excuse me? Like, as like something I can ride, because that, I mean, that's the only thing I could think of. Like, it doesn't make sense, but neither does anything else I can think of. And now I must find a horse thing. That would be south. Oops. Well, actually, I should probably get the sync point as well, but honestly, I'm not going to do it because guaranteed it's going to look retarded. Because I imagine that they just took the Lynx model and sized it up enough that Eivor can ride it, just like they did with the Wolf model that I have and don't use, or the Wolf mount. So, you know, I will stick with my horses, but while I'm there, though, I might see if there's a more Thor-like horse that I can ride instead of my death mount there. Because they never really gave me anything that I wanted to change the horse to. What are the odds he's going to actually? Yeah, I didn't think so. Because I mean, like, the bird we've changed a couple times, but yeah, they've never really given me anything. I don't know. It's one of those things, you know, just like there's a bunch of people complaining about, like, they have talked about this before, maybe the armor in the shop that you got to pay money for and that. Even though you can get it in-game with in-game currency. Obviously, it's the, you know, you have to wait for the right day for it to randomly pop up for you, or the right week. But, like, I never liked any of the armor that was in there because none of it seemed to really fit, you know? So, like, it was never something that bothered me. Oh god, apparently I'm fucking tired. Did not think I was, but guess so. Anyway, here's the stables. Let's see if this ridiculousness is true.
Don't be shy.
May I see your
Stock.
stores?
Yep, sure enough. A big cat.
You sure there isn't something else?
No, I'll be back in a second. I just need to see this. Yep, sure enough. It's a big old putty tap. Alright, well, to be fair, it doesn't look nearly as ridiculous as I thought it would. It still looks ridiculous, but
Welcome, welcome.
once again,
Come
it's a
see
little
what I
more
have.
immersion breaking than I'm willing to
What have you got for me today?
endure. Alright, so we got Fortitude, eh? Ooh. I like that horse. It is very assassin-y. Gypsy, I don't mind either. Pride. Dish. I'm gonna go with this one. I'll admit that it isn't very Thor-like, but I do really like it. Wait, if that's going off, how long have we been recording for? Oh, only 40 minutes.
Can
Wow.
I tempt you with something else?
No. Well, actually, I'll check this, but yeah.
Have you looked at...
I have to go. See you soon.
I didn't think that it took me that long to start recording, but I guess so. And then we can check out the shop, because it looks like it's closer than the quest marker, so we'll check that out on our way by, just to see if it has anything worthwhile in it, anything different maybe, since we're in a whole other country. Scroll of knowledge, druid, blooming, Celtic stuff, Celtic hair, stalwart speed when close to full health. That's actually not bad. Block, light damage.
Anything else?
All right, no, we're good.
I must be on my way now. Goodbye.
All right. Okay, so good to know that stores are still basically worthless.
I'll
but
never
whatever.
learn.
Ooh, are we gonna learn a new game?
Morning, Siegfried.
Eivor, it was a rough night. I drank too much and I am desperate to calm my belly.
I cannot help your belly, but could you tell me what you know of this man, Thorstein?
Ah, Dad told you I tried to join his gang, eh? Thorstein is a real Vikinger. Like you, but louder.
You weren't allowed to join?
Too young and gangly. Amar wouldn't even show me where his hideout is.
Tell me a bit about this Amar.
Likes her ale the way kittens like milk. Spends her time getting tiddly on the docks, chatting up passers-by.
I will speak to her. Perhaps Thorstein will regret not letting you in his gang.
Listen to me. If you're smart, you won't cross Amar. She's a vicious fighter.
I like how Eivor just looks at him like, bitch, please. Like, do you know the people I've killed? I mean, you don't, but just trust me, you don't want to. It is still weird that I don't have my bird. It's very, very weird. But whatever, I guess we'll just... Oh, well, there we go. I was gonna say we'll run this way until we see somebody who's drunk, but I guess the person's surrounded by big burly fighters.
I like fine things, so you have my attention. What are you doing here, darling?
Looking for good drink and good company?
You've stumbled into the right ale house. Excellent ale and better conversation.
The ale leads to chatting, leads to, well, who knows?
Let's find out.
Oh, fuck. Really? Can't. Wow, really? Once it slows down again, that just makes me fuck it up more. Wow, and I still fucking am slightly ahead of her. Good God. I don't know why I keep fucking it up. I'm I mean, I've done this enough times that I shouldn't be fucking it up anymore, really, right?
Got some on your boots?
Yeah, she is not good. This is definitely a very low difficulty drinking contest here. For somebody who apparently hangs out and gets drunk all day, she's not a very good drinker.
Is that all you can do?
Ooh, you are wicked!
You are a compelling woman. What is it you do?
You may have heard of Thorstein. I'm one of his most trusted friends.
I have heard of him. Very impressive that he trusts you.
He's like a brother to me. A not very bright brother. He entrusted me with the key to his secret lair.
He has a lair. I would very much like to see that.
Over in Dubke Landing? Sorry. Thorstein would get all pouty. But perhaps you'd like to join me for a meal.
I'd rather join you for something else.
Ooh, can't wait to find out what that is. But hold that thought. I don't feel well. I best move about a bit.
Best raise my hood here. I need to get that key from her.
I'm assuming the hood is just because of those two guys.
If I'm careful, I can avoid a fight.
Yeah, well, you might want to fucking... That was weird. Now, it says watch out for her bodyguards, but they seem to be keeping her in the middle. I could attempt to kill this one in the back. That wouldn't be all that difficult, but at the same time, with the detection that they have in this game, killing him would definitely alert the other two.
Hey! No escape!
Hey, what are you up to?
Got you!
Look at that gear!
Okay, you know what? I actually want to... Not the store. Load. 4:46. I mean, that's apparently the time that it is now, so let's load that. I'm going to assume that was right after she left. I was like how because I'm wearing the helmet in this, I can't actually raise my hood. Either that or else he just didn't automatically do it. I'm not sure. Not like it matters. If they see me, I'm going to get caught anyway. It's not like I can go back far enough from them. Now, to be fair, I had a decent chance.
I need to get that key from her.
I guess my hood is up. Now, if it wasn't for this fucking nonsense right here... Well, no, I guess not. I was going to say I could have probably caught up to her, but I guess it really wouldn't have made a difference. Because they were, I guess they were behind her before. I could have swore that when she walked away last time, they were in front of her, or they had got in front of her and then split up to put her in the middle, but guess not. There we go. Now, the thing that fucked me up last time was that all of a sudden I started running because my drunk status wore off immediately, but... Okay, and then...
Amar, you are a too trusting fool. Your key is mine. Now to find Thorstein's hideout.
Well, she told us more or less where it was. Now, here's the thing, right, is I do want to do these more stealthily than I have been, which obviously with Thor's equipment, not particularly stealth focused, but because I know that I didn't really do a whole lot of the main game stealthily. Looks like it might lead into the hideout, but it's a little bit too small of a hole for Eivor to fit through. Okay, so are those her... Okay, so her bodyguards are over there. We got two more guys here. A guy there and a guy there. Found in Dublin, sure. Okay, so I'm assuming I need to get into that door there. Oof, there's actually a lot of guys here. Oh, whoops. Break that. Now if I jump in there... Kind of wish this game had a quick save. Because, like, I've been playing Fallout 4 again lately. And the quick save function is just so good to have. That's something I will worry about later. I should be able to just hop in this window. That guy could have... I thought that guy was going to patrol, but I guess not.
Is this the lair Amar spoke of?
Maybe.
I am here for you, Thorstein.
So... did want to try and do it without killing anybody as well, but considering that I don't really have a... well, I guess I do have sleep arrows in that, so I mean, I could technically do non-lethal, but...
Beautiful hall as usual, lads. I love the smell of wealth. Now, where in the name of Freya's fat ninch is Amar?
I don't know, Thorstein. You know how she is.
Swilling ale? Now? She's gotten worse than ever.
You want us to look for her, Thorstein?
She yanks my scabbard, that woman. Now go about your duties. She'll show up.
She yanks your scabbard, but does she unsheath your sword? Uh-huh.
Now I've got you, Thorstein, my friend.
It says find and capture him, which leads me to believe that I'm not supposed to kill him.
Hey now. Wager on who gets the kill?
Got your boss.
No shame in being patient.
Well, that was easy. Alright. Man, that's it's a brutal scene, man.
Who are you?
Is that all of
How
it?
did you get in here?
Not quite.
You made a mistake when you came for Barit Makiva.
Oh, gods! You plan to kill me? Give my head to whatever Irish master you and Boris serve.
I serve no Irish master.
Bullscat! If you had any Norse loyalty, you'd be like me, running the filthy god-eaters from the island. The King of Dublin should look out for Vikings, not try to make nice with those cunts who killed our forebears. Join me. I could use someone with real balls, and the silver is good.
Be silent, and I might show you mercy.
Well, it looks like the patrolling guy is no longer patrolling. It also looks like I can't. There we go. Down. Sorry, buddy, but you shouldn't have been standing there. Wow, really? Gonna go through the whole conversation again, are ya?
The gods here are that you made a mistake when you came for Barit Makiva.
Oh, gods! You plan to kill me? Give my head to whatever Irish master you and Boris serve.
I serve no Irish master.
Bullscat! If you had any Norse loyalty, you'd be like me, running the filthy god-eaters from the island. The King of Dublin should look out for Vikings, not try to make nice with those cunts who killed our forebears. Join me. I could use someone with real balls, and the silver is good.
Be silent, and I might show you mercy.
Now, was the conversation not over or something? Is that why it, like, restarted when I picked him up again, or? Like, that guy's got to be facing the other way, right? Like, there's no way that he's standing at the gate to the thing with his back to the outside. Okay. Go down. And now we're in Dublin. Alright. Should be good now. Make our way up to the castle. A little bit wide berth, because while it does show that we're no longer, like, in a bad zone, I still don't really want to walk past the guys with their fucking boss. Alright. I'll keep telling stories. A couple of kids fighting. I was gonna say an old woman, but I don't think that was white hair. I think that was whatever she was wearing on her head was white. Now I see that there's a one of those, an altar thing.
Common refuse, delivered to your judgment, King Bardet.
Thorstein, author of the plot to waylay me and my cousin.
Well, you know how it is, Bardish. A fellow needs some silver. A king could fetch Dublin's treasury in ransom. Although I'm not certain you'd bring in quite so much.
Say so, Bardet, and I will cut out his insolent tongue.
On your feet, Thorstein. You bloody my floors. It is a weighty decision. I would have my closest friend advise me. Eivor, how shall I deal with this ruffian?
A display of cruelty sounds like a bit much. A brutal death, a dignified execution. I mean, here's the thing, right? I'm gonna go with this.
All must see that you are a just, resolute king. A stately and dignified execution is called for.
Well said, Eivor.
I want no blood feud lasting generations, Thorstein. You are not worth the bother. Dublin confiscates your land and silver. I banish you forevermore. Be gone by sundown.
Bend the knee and show your thanks.
Best to you, King. I've better places to be than Dublin.
Father! Why choose weakness?
Give every enemy a length of rope. Soon they will carry your noose.
Peace. Flann Sinna will soon rule all Ireland. Flann Sinna has the power to make or undo my kingship and that of my son. He is the center of all. But Flann distrusts me. He does not believe I'm truly Christian. By showing Christian mercy, I begin to change his mind.
You are more shrewd than I took you for, cousin. Maybe Thorstein's release is worth a kingdom, but will mercy be enough?
That is why I must build trade. Flann will see that the strength of Dublin's ports is the strength of Ireland.
Show him the power of that trade, cousin. Obtain some rare item from afar, some spice or gem or weapon,
and gift it to him at the coronation. It will represent Dublin's reach and help secure my crown.
Flann will hear of your Christian mercy. Meantime, I will speak to Asar about a gift.
Meet me before the coronation. We will go together.
Alright. Okay, so that'll be all that we do in this part. We're almost to the hour. And, I don't want to start something new here. Now, here's the thing. I know that at some point we start getting Radiant quests that, oh, what the hell is that? Wrathdown Trade Post. Oh, it's an unclaimed trade post. That's interesting. I imagine that that's what trade post supplies. So I'm assuming then that I need trade post supplies to establish trade posts. Is that's what's happening here? And then as I establish trade posts, I'm assuming, good things happen. I mean, obviously I don't really know. Okay, well, that's So that is probably not on the roof then, is it? But yeah, so in between, I will run around and collect a bunch of stuff. It's too hot in here to record another video today. Oh, that should be maybe fine. Where the hell am I? I'm in somebody's bedroom. Where is it? 9 meters. Ah, let's see, what is this? Long before man came to Ireland, the people descended like mist from the skies and settled here. The Tuatha. That's the bad guys from Kingdoms of Amalur. The Danan. Divine heroes these, women and men of knowledge and delight, makers of the ancient stones speckled throughout our island, as well as Leafale itself. They lived a life of peace and wisdom, inspiring the druids who were to come after. Okay, so they're the ones who built, like, Stonehenge and that then? Is what I'm getting from that. Okay, so that's going to be that's going to be the equivalent to the Rigosaur, I do believe it was called, which was the worthless papers that we collected in the main game. Imagine these will be the worthless papers. And I say worthless, I mean they're interesting to read, but I mean gameplay-wise, they're 100% worthless. Like, you don't unlock anything for it. Reading them doesn't, like, give you a clue to some treasure somewhere or anything. Like, 31 meters that way, huh? Oh, it is another fucking tattoo. Great. Honestly hoping that there were no more of these fucking things. Ugh.
What happened here?
But yeah, in between I'll do that. I will probably go and do the raid as well. To get the trade post supplies. It doesn't look like there's anything over at the trade post though, collectibles wise. So, although granted, with the wealth and that here, we got one mystery here. Got a dead guy over there apparently. Let's see, 2 mysteries, 2 artifacts left. There's one there. Well, yeah, and there's definitely, and I've only got 3 wealth, although there is a bunch there. Oh, there's the other artifact. So yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything to collect over here. So I'll just finish collecting what's here, go do the raid, and then I will save the trade post, because I have to imagine that the trade post is probably has something to do with like we'll have like a tutorial kind of deal with it, I'm assuming. So thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you on Thursday for more.